Please rise for the pledge. I pledge allegiance to the flag
of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Honor the Texas flag. I pledge allegiance to thee, Texas, one state, under God, one and indivisible.
Jim Wells County Commissioners Court for today, January 9th, 2026, 9 a.m. is now in session. Public testimony. Any person may appear before the court at this time to speak regarding any general issue or matter that is not on the agenda. Comments shall be limited to 3 minutes unless extended by the permission of the Commissioners Court. Agenda items. Any person wishing to speak before or during the consideration of a specific agenda item shall put their name and address and phone number in public sign and sheet along with the agenda number they wish to speak to. Public speakers shall wait to be recognized by the presiding officer before approaching the speaker's podium and make any comments. Do we have anybody? Okay, all right. Hearing none, we'll move forward to agenda item number 4, previous minutes.
Motion to approve item is presented.
Second.
I have a motion, I have a second. Is there any further discussion needed? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, same sign. Motion carries. Agenda item number 4.1. We did that one already by 5, right? So we'll go to number 5.1, budget announcements. 5.1, County Commissioner Precinct 2, Ventura Garcia. This is a consent agenda item. We will not discuss this unless otherwise specified. Can I entertain a motion?
Motion to approve.
Second.
I have a motion, I have a second. Is there any further discussion needed? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, same sign. Motion carries. Reappointment of Commissioners, ESD one. Discuss, consider, and take action from Jim Wells County ESD one to reappoint the following commissioners: Patrick Carter, Vice President; Karen Canali, Treasurer; and Honorable Matthew Smith, Assistant Treasurer, for a new term running from January 1st, 2026 to December 31st, 2027.
Morning, Judge, Commissioner Court.
Morning.
Happy New Year to everybody. Yeah, so here again, once again, this is to reappoint the commissioners for another 2-year term. Why they do it, I don't know, but they do it. They do a good job at it. Yes, Mr. Carter's the vice president, and our treasurer, and Matthew Smith, our assistant treasurer. We just need to, bills of approval, and this lesson is just make, back on, they volunteered to be back on for another 2 years, so I appreciate you guys. What you're doing is to, we can do that lesson.
Motion to
Make a
approve.
mo- okay. I second. I have a motion and a second. Is there any further discussion needed?
Judge, just to clarify, each of them have agreed to do this? Yes, sir. Is there any compensation paid for serving, or is it volunteer?
All right. I have a motion. I have a second. Any further discussion? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, same sign. Motion carries. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Abraham.
Okay, well, we expect on that. Excellent.
Thank you.
Yes, sir.
Take care.
Have a good day. Presentation of racial profiling report for Constable Precinct 3, Jim Long, as required by the Texas Commission of Law Enforcement. I don't have any specific question. Is he on?
Can you hear me now?
Yes, sir. How you doing, Mr. Long?
Very well.
Good,
For-
good.
As mandated by the Texas Commission of Law Enforcement, we're supposed to do a presentation at the end of each fiscal year on a racial profiling report. I have so submitted to Commissioner's Court.
Motion to approve.
I have a motion and I'll second it. So I have a motion and a second. Further discussion? Is there anything that's different or anything outlandish on the report? You need to
No,
make
sir.
no-
No racial discriminations whatsoever.
Thank you, Mr. Long. I have a motion and a second. Any further discussion? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, same sign. Motion carries and really didn't need a motion. It was just a presentation, but, okay. Thank you, Mr. Long. Okay. Let's see. Number 6, resolutions. 6.1, discuss, consider, and take action approving a resolution authorizing the county judge's office to apply for the state and local cybersecurity grant program mitigation projects be open for the fiscal year 2027. Federal funds are authorized under section 2220A of the Homeland Security Act of 2002 as amended. This one is a continuation grant. The last cybersecurity grant we had was for the assessment part of it. We were able to have Recon do the assessment. We received the assessment. There's several adjustments that we need to make. We are hoping that by applying and garnering this grant, that we'll take care of most of the cost of the implementing of those changes. So that being said, I'll make a motion that we approve the resolution.
Second the motion.
I have a motion and a second. Let's see. Is there any further discussion needed? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, same sign. Motion carries.
give you, did I send you?
It was a package or what?
Same thing.
It was a package? Or was I supposed to pass it down? Okay.
It's only one copy, right? Two.
I need one more. I have this.
This is under plats. Discuss, consider, and take action to adopt any and all necessary orders and corresponding forms for subdivision rules and regulations regarding updated procedures for applying for and determining exceptions for platting requirements under the Texas Local Government Code, section 232.0015, and notice forms for public recording.
Okay, Judge, Commissioners, Michael Guerra, County Attorney. We were approached by Chris Elizondo. He's a developer from Austin, and they're proposing a development in Commissioner Aguilar's precinct. I believe it's 146?
Yeah, County Road 146.
146. In our subdivision rules, there is a provision that if certain requirements are met, that the developers are exempt from filing a plat. And he pointed this out to us and said that he needed to know what needed to be done. So in researching it, I found that section 232.0015 does provide for this. It does, normally, what they're proposing is 12 and a half acre tracts, I think 10 or 12 of them. Was that right, George?
Yes.
And so, but the key here is, one of the requirements to exempt themselves from filing the plat is that the proposed subdivision does not have any dedicated streets, alleys, or parks, okay? And so we've run into problems in the past where developers come and they do a subdivision, don't have any dedicated public roads, sell all the lots, then they're gone. The road starts to deteriorate over time, and then the residents come to look to us to maintain it. So the direction that I got from TAC was we have to set up a procedure where they can apply for the exemption, which is this form, which I don't think you all have, but this will be given to the safety office. This will be the application form. You also have the order adopting these procedures, which we're going to ask you all to vote on today. Then they would have to fill out the application. Once the application is reviewed and they comply with the statute, then we don't approve it because they're entitled to it by state law. It's nothing on us. We just recognize that they qualify for the platting exemption. The one extra step that I was advised was that if they qualify for the exemption and they're saying, we're gonna create this subdivision, we're not proposing any public roads, any public alleys, any public parks, and we recognize that, then you all adopt an order recognizing it. We'll need one of these for each of these subdivisions. And, you know, I don't know how many we've had in the past. This is the first one since I've been here. But then, once this is adopted, we file this with the county clerk. And it becomes part of the official records of Jim Wells County. What does that do? Well, what that does is, unless everybody's gonna buy these lots cash, they'll most likely have to go through financing, through a third-party lender or through a bank, which means they have to go through a title company, and the title company will catch this. And so now the buyer is on notice that the county has no responsibility now or in the future for maintaining this road. So basically, it's a protection for us, because we have had it happen that, you know, like I said, the developers sell all the lots, they leave, and then they come to us wanting us to take over maintenance of what was at the beginning a private road. Okay, so that's basically it. We can approve and adopt these forms, and then we'll be protected going forward. Because I think they will qualify. He just has to fill out the application. Safety will review it. They'll qualify for it. Then we come back and adopt this order, get it filed with the county clerk. And then any buyer now, any prospective buyer, any future buyer is now on notice that they're either going to have an HOA, a homeowners association, or some other method to maintain that road. Because there will be one road that goes down the middle. Did you see?
Down the middle,
And do you see how long? Was it like half a mile or?
about 20-some hundred feet, almost half
Yeah.
a mile.
Yeah, yeah. And so they are proposing a road, but they're calling it a private road. And so they're gonna be on the hook for maintaining it.
So they're calling it a private road.
Yes.
So we had a similar ordeal on Nighthawk Trail. So the developer sold 10-acre tracts or slightly over 10-acre tracts. And
10.1.
so people now are stuck with those properties and the county does, we don't have a designated road, which is a private road at this time. And people have come to me and say, hey, what can we do about it? So, and I told them how these people, how they do it. I said, well, they sell the properties, but then they don't develop it like these other subdivisions Mr. Jim Dean has been doing. So that gets them in a predicament and gets us in a predicament such as this one. So by Michael writing up the Commissioner's Court order for these notices, it protects us from future responsibility of these counties that we have to invest money into the road. So.
And the difference, as Commissioner points out, with the ones that Mr. Dean has done, they're always public roads. So we have a different procedure for that. We wait for the road to be in existence for 1 year and do a reinspection to make sure that, it was built properly and that it hasn't deteriorated in that 1 year. Then we accept it into, so it's a two-part process on those. When they file the subdivision, they let us know that they're proposing that it be a public road. But we don't accept it into the county road system until it's been in existence for a year and it's been re-inspected. And it hasn't, which we haven't had any problems with.
And actually, excuse me, but actually can't we just, isn't there a deal where we can accept the road, but we don't accept the maintenance to it, right? It's approved, but it's not our responsibility. It stays to them.
I'm
I
not
think
sure
that's
about
the way
that.
it
I think
works
once
also.
we accept it.
We don't have to approve it. It's my understanding.
If it's a dedicated public road, once you accept it, you're on the hook for it.
So let me ask you, Mike, but all the other regulations, the septic and the waters and all that still apply for this
Oh, yeah,
technical rules, right?
this just has to do with the
On the road.
planning requirement. And there's something to that effect in here. It says all other, the OSSF, all the other, section 5B, 5A and B. A determination of exemption herein does not authorize development inconsistent with other county rules. So just because we're saying, okay, you're gonna do a private easement to access these properties, that's fine, but you still have to comply with all the other, be it, driveways, driveway cuts, OSSF permits. Trying to think of any other that we have. About water, provision of water. In this case, because they're more than 10 acres, it would be up to the purchaser to drill their own well, basically. It's not if they're smaller than 5 acres, that's when the developer is obligated to provide some kind of water or sewer service.
So in the future, it may behoove us to probably get a committee to review these subdivision rules again, because last time we updated them was 2016.
2016.
And we may even strike that. We could even strike that because,
It's statutory. The
Statutory?
state, the state did it.
so.
Yeah.
So we can.
If they qualify for it, we have to give it to them.
So that leaves a road that.
So our only protection is, okay, we're gonna go file it with the clerk so that anybody who comes to buy here knows that, they're probably gonna have some HOA dues.
Michael, this only qualifies them over 10 acres?
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
So anything under 10 acres falls under those subdivision rules?
No, the subdivision rules are for the 5 or less.
Oh, 5 or less, okay.
Platting is for the larger tracts.
Okay.
Right.
Usually when you get a subdivision, they declare it private, and then it becomes a mess anyway. So,
Well,
I have several of them that, you know, you get calls, hey, well, you know, it's a private subdivision, you know, it's really.
My biggest advice is that if it's a private road, they need to be notarized as a, through 911, right, Richard? So that way it's a private road.
Right.
Because people will come to you and say, hey, it's a public road. No, it's not.
Well, we'll still
It's not-
assign, no,
it's not
we're,
signed up.
we're still gonna assign 911 addresses.
Yeah, but what I'm saying, but it, like, in Bembo, I got a couple of them, and in Fremont, that it's private road. We put the sign up and that's it. Stop sign, that's it. But it's a, they recognize it as a
Trying to
private
make the
road.
homeowners, you know, accept it, you know, they blame it on the commissioners, you know.
Right.
It was your fault. Well, it's not. You
No,
know,
it's
you-
not, because
Yeah,
your
yeah.
developer applied for
Yeah,
this.
But it becomes political, you know, and that's where the problem is.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yes,
And that
sir.
goes back to what you were saying, just because they apply and are granted this exemption from plating, doesn't mean that other county rules like 911 do not apply. They would still, you know, if people start building homes out there, they still have to get a 911 address from us.
And does it recognize what kind of access people have? It's just for the owners, or is it gonna be public, or
That's gonna be up to them.
it's up to them?
Yeah, absolutely, the owners.
'Cause that's gonna be an issue, I guarantee you.
Well, they still have a designated easement into the property so they can get access, but, I mean, that's the only way, it would be designated as a private road, not a public road. I mean, anybody can travel, but privately maintained instead of county
Right.
maintained.
Right. And really, the issue is not at the front end, it's 5, 10 years from now when the road
Exactly.
starts to. Yeah.
I have some that are older than that.
Yeah.
You know, they want us to take it over and it's really a 2-mile road and, you know, it's got very expensive.
Yes.
Can I entertain a motion?
Make a
To
motion,
approve item as presented?
I have a motion, second.
I'll second.
I have a motion and a second. Is there any further discussion? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, same sign. Motion carries. Agenda item number, it's not numbered, but discuss, consider, and authorize County Judge Pedro P. Trevino Jr. to enter in a master agreement with Hart Intercivic Incorporated, a Texas corporation, Austin, Texas, for voting hardware, voting machines, and software support services in the amount of $348,059.
Good morning, Judge. Good morning, Commissioner. Richard Guerra, Elections Administrator.
Good morning.
This is the end of the road. We've become a vote center. Got some of the newest machines that are coming out by our vendor, Hart Intercivic, demonstrated for you guys. The quote was signed. That voting equipment is about to get certified by the Secretary of State. So we're here to preemptively see if we can authorize the judge to sign the master agreement upon certification by the SOS.
So how many voting machines are there?
We would be able to, it's gonna be 14 locations. We currently have 11 locations, so we'll have
You'll have
three to play,
Okay.
you know.
Richard, so if these machines technically go down, like you'll use one of those extra 3 machines that you have available.
Yes, and the plus of this, not only do we get just under a $38,000 discount because we were in the forefront of purchasing or getting in these agreements, but we will have on-site support from our vendor, Hart Intercivic, for the entirety of early voting, for the logic and accuracy test, for election day, and for any training that we offer our judges.
I was just gonna ask that question.
Yeah,
Yeah,
so
like,
not only do we have support with the software and the hardware, but it's also in the contract that if something were like that were to happen, it would be replaced immediately and functionality would remain.
So how old are the machines we have?
A little over 9 years. now.
Yeah.
A little over 9 years.
You know, I remember when we purchased them, it was over $500,000.
Yes.
It was a lot more expensive.
It was right around $500,000, but what helped us now is at that time we had 21 locations.
Right.
So then you also buy extra machines, so we had 29 sets of 3 machines for 21 locations. Because we were able to downsize to 11 locations throughout the county, provide equity to all the voters so nobody has to travel further than any other voter. Our sweet spot is 11, we're still following the election code, and we're giving ourselves a little padding in case we need to make some adjustments.
Okay.
Good.
Do you know of any other county in the area that, are we gonna be the first ones?
If, a lot of them might be out of state as
Oh,
well.
okay.
Because Hart deals nationwide,
So
so.
we'll be using them on this,
In the March election.
in the March
In the
election,
March
okay.
election, you're gonna
So-
see the change. The biggest thing that this is gonna change is we don't have to order pre-printed ballots.
Oh,
So at the end of our election, the only ballots that are gonna have been printed that aren't gonna be scanned as a cast ballot are mail-out ballots that weren't returned by the voter, and any ballot that was printed and spoiled on site. So that is really one of the biggest differences. So that's gonna eliminate our need to store those for 22 months, plus our need to destroy those. Plus, any questions that can come from, the optics of having so many ballots left over after an election.
it's great.
And it makes y'all's job a lot easier.
Well, that's a plus also.
Anybody?
I'll make a motion to approve.
Second.
I have a motion and a second. Is there any further discussion needed? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, same sign. Motion carries. The next agenda item is discuss, consider, and approve a resolution to enter into a finance contract by and between Jim Wells County and Government Capital Corporation for the purpose of financing hardware, voting machines, and software support services in the amount of $348,059. I make a motion, we approve.
Judge, I got a
Judge.
question. Is this gonna get paid out of, elections or general fund?
General fund,
Covers all
election
that,
is
right?
general fund, yeah, so
I got a question, Judge. And how long is the financing term for?
3 years.
3 years?
3 years, and it's 3 payments of $129,000 and change, right?
129,348, and the first payment is due 1 year from the sign, so
2027.
it's a chance to budget for it at the end of this year.
Good.
Okay, so I had a motion, I don't know if anybody seconded.
I second it.
Any further discussion? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, same sign. Motion carries. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Richard.
All you guys.
And, let me roll that back. We're gonna make sure that they get certified before we do everything, right?
Absolutely, the contract cannot be signed until certification, so that's just one of our stipulations as well.
When do they come in, Rich?
As soon as they get certified, we get the signature, they're gonna start working with us. We'll have an on-site project manager that I'll work with to do the training and all those other things that we listed, that they're gonna be helping with.
Is there a date that, I know we're anticipating them to get certified here pretty
I
quick.
thought it might be before today, so we're right on the precipice of that signature and certification.
Okay, so there is a chance that we may not be able to use them this year if,
Everything that they've provided indicates that they're pushing to make sure that we use it in March.
One more question, Richard. So all the people that attend these polls are going to be in your office getting trained?
Yes, well, the training will be offered, and we're gonna highly encourage the both party chairs to get everybody in here because it's crucial. We
Yes.
have new equipment, yes, it's easier, it's more user friendly, but it's still needed, so you gotta become familiar with it and accustomed to it.
Good.
Thank you, Mr.
Thank you, Richard.
thank you. Okay, abatements, it's a discussion item on abatement enforcement and existing Jim Wells County policies in place for illegal placement of debris and on county right-of-ways and illegal parked vehicles in excess for 72 hours.
Commissioners, Judge, I put this item on the agenda because I believe that we don't have enough enforcement, abatement enforcement. I know we have a deputy through the Jim Wells County Sheriff's Department that's supposed to take care of that, but I don't see any production out of that department. Michael, have they filed the cases with you? Like, or how many have they filed that you know of?
The last 12 months, I would say less than 5. And I think some of those come from some of the constables.
Okay.
We've had some, but not
Okay.
a whole lot.
Okay, so, if you're an abatement officer, this is my understanding. There's a lot of streets in town, in the county, Rancho Lere, all these farm roads, county roads, that if you drive by, it doesn't, you'll notice it right away, who's violating and who's not. And, sometimes I have to make these phone calls to the sheriff department, hey, can you look up on this particular property? We just need more enforcement. Either we remove the responsibility of the enforcement from the sheriff department and assign it to the commissioner's court and get an officer ourselves that way. And the other thing that I was kind of trying to push, I don't know if we currently have a parking ordinance, but in most cities, they develop or counties, they develop a parking ordinance for a reason. A parked vehicle shouldn't be on the street more than 72 hours, which will prevent any storage on streets or becoming like a junkyard. We don't want that on our streets. That's why we have properties, and I don't mind people parking vehicles on the street overnight or a couple of days, but when you have certain places just having a lot of vehicles parked on the street and they're not mobile, what does that tell you? So I think I'm gonna look into the 72-hour parking ordinance. If we don't have it, we need to implement one. But, that's one issue, but the most important issue at this moment is abatement enforcement. We need to work together as commissioners and judge and talk to the sheriff, see if that can't be accomplished, then we need to take action and remove that responsibility from the sheriff's department and assign our own abatement officer.
I've called several times to no response on abatement. Several times, no responses. And also, I have a problem, I don't know if everybody else does, but like with these trash dumpsters, and I don't mean the little pull along, but the 5-yard or whatever they are, they're all parked in the county easements. And to me, if that's yours, it needs to be on your property, and they can pick it up off your property. And, because they're in the way, I mean, first of all, it's a hazard. Some of them are like 1 foot from the road. 1 foot? And so it's a hazard, and you have to go around it to mow it, whatever. I mean, I just think that if you're gonna have one, you need to put it on your property. There should be something else that needs to be taken care of off of the easements, just like a parked car, Doesn't need to be there. I thought we had 2 abatement officers on our budget. Did anybody else see that?
Yeah, more.
I thought they had, I
We
thought
have
there
2
was,
dog catchers,
oh,
animal control.
well, I mean, still, one, I mean, I
There- we
never
need
get a
to-
call back.
We need to kind of research, see how many actually abatement officers we have, if not, and what's the effectiveness of the officer that we have. If it's ineffective, well, we need to take action, and like I said earlier, Commissioner's Court responsibility to appoint an officer either to a constable, so we can have like an officer on abatement 40 hours a week.
I don't have a problem with it. I can help you work on that.
I think we need to talk to the sheriffs first and then we proceed.
Yeah, we need to, we can meet, Mr. Aguilar and discuss how we move forward, but yeah, I think, Mr. Garcia's right.
There's
We'll
no
start with the
reason,
sheriff.
because I know we have a problem with an abatement officer, I think he needs to be more active.
And I don't, we're not here to say that put the officer down or anything, I'm sure he's doing something else, but we need to get our part of the abatement process.
I just want to make it clear that we're not specifically targeting the individual. We're concerned with the position and the responsibility of that position. That's what we're concerned about.
No problem.
Thank you.
I think it's viable and needs to be done.
Yes, sir. That's all I had.
Any other comments or suggestions?
We all see the problems out there, guys. There's a lot of illegal dumping, there's tires, trash, bulk trash, stuff like that. And it's just gotta be somebody that's out there constantly, we see it, we're out there, we're driving the roads, we report it. It'll get addressed or whatever when it's time. But I just feel that we need to set an example by pursuing it a little bit deeper and catching somebody, putting it out there and then explain to people, we're not gonna allow this anymore. It's just way out of hand. And yes, there is a lot of issues with vehicles and stuff like that, and we approach the people, fence line to fence line belongs to the county, remove everything out of the way, And, some people have a problem with it, but hey, we gotta change and we gotta make it better. And we're all just trying to make it a better county to live at, so, but there is a lot of issues and we need to address it, and it's getting out of control, way out of control.
I have your answer. In 2025, there were 3 cases submitted, and all 3 were filed. And I know one of them came from Constable Long, so probably 2 from the sheriff's office.
So that's kind of low. That's a little low.
And it doesn't tell us very much, not too much vigilance out there.
The problem that I have is I don't feel that we should be calling. You should be driving around just like you're trying to stop a speeder from speeding. Okay, well, we're trying to stop illegal dumping. We need to put cameras there. We need to be more proactive of attacking the problem at hand, not just waiting for somebody to dump and let me go investigate. And I definitely think that we can sit down and talk to the sheriff and work something out to where, I would feel more comfortable having the guy on our side here, so we set our rules, set our things, so he can follow and put him under either constables or whatever. But that's another discussion,
Yeah,
but I'm willing to sit down and talk
expectations.
about it.
And in my precinct, we've deterred a lot of illegal dumping and placement of debris on the streets because I emphasized it. I speak to people, and not because I don't like the individuals. It's something that needs to be done in the community because we love our community. I love my community. And the last thing I want to see is somebody go into my community and say, hey, it's a mess out here, We don't have to be the cleanest person, but if you make it tidy, there's nothing wrong with cleaning up your mess outside your fence line or inside your fence line. So, and cameras that I've put up have deterred a lot of that.
And I can say that it's gotten better, just with the word of mouth and with what we've done. I've seen it around the county.
I wanted to clarify, we're talking about criminal cases. There have been, and I think to the judge's point, some of the voluntary compliance has come because the safety officer, how many do you think you filed, Deacon? About 20? Administratively, we have a civil procedure that the safety office does. It's by sending out letters.
When we receive a notice from George himself.
State your name please.
My name is Emilio Gonzalez.
Thank you.
Sorry about that. But anyway, we receive, what we do is, as a safety officer, I go out and visit. And you leave a notice, most of this property has been abandoned for some reason, at least a small percentage. And what it creates there is the estate of, so it limits what we can do. However, in the areas where there is some illegal dumping, there is people that we can get. And that's the advantage of having a good abatement officer. He has the ability to give a citation. I don't. So I visit with them and I speak with them, and get 10 more days, maybe 30 more days. We'll give you the first cut that we have to, then it's up to you to maintain it. And we've done after all those things for them. However, some people just don't budge. There's a gentleman there, I think it's on Vela Street, it's got like 13 cars. Parked really nice, looks like a car dealership, but they've been there for 5, at least as long as I've been monitoring. The guy refuses to move them. And when I asked him, we'll give him a citation, well, you don't want to do that because they create, no. Just, one warning, and then after that, 2 warning, or then give him the citation. So we can bring him to Mr. Guerra and kind of bring him, maybe we can wake him up and say, hey, this can't continue, because they're on the easement. And as a matter of fact, the school bus passes right by there, and it's a very tight squeeze. And the kids have to walk around the trash, and not to mention the trash and all the stuff that's there also. It's worse than we can expect without a picture. But yeah, we do need that abatement officer to be a little more aggressive. And if the person cleans up, then we drop the charges. But if he doesn't, then we have to live a whole lot. I think that's my daily people are set in their ways. But you can see, everybody's done a little bit of improvement. But we're sticking pretty much to the platted areas, to the neighborhoods, like the Leyte, large platted areas, right? We have visited other people who are outside and just not enough, setting in a platted area, but become a nuisance to their neighbors. We had 2 or 3 of those, but they complied also. With a heart. Well, I moved out of the county, so I wouldn't have to hassle with these people. And I go, "That's okay, I understand." But geez Louise, I mean, this is the jungle. Third world
Yeah.
country we're developing over here. So yes, we do need, I'm in agreement that we really need to kind of light a fire on this.
Mr. Gonzalez, in your professional opinion, do you see a lot of abatement violations?
Yes,
Thank you.
part of it, especially trash is dumped in the easement. These guys, sometimes it's not the homeowner itself. They hire somebody, say, "Oh, esto lo limpio, I'll clean it for you, I'll clean it," and then they'll go and dump it somewhere else, and then drive off. And then that's what's been happening there. Not so much the homeowner, but it's people who are receiving that contract, they clean up and then go dump it wherever. Oh, commissioner will pick it up here in precinct 1 or precinct 3 or precinct 4. So yeah, they're moving stuff around. It's imperative that we get somebody that can, follow it up and give them that citation to whatever that.
I think a lot of it has to do with, we here at the county commissioners court, we'll pass an ordinance, but nobody knows about it. And we know about it, but the people out there don't know.
The last ones, we told Robert to post them on.
No, and I understand, and I'm not trying to put anybody down here, but what I'm trying to say is that we should have a campaign like Don't Mess with Texas and advertise it on Facebook, advertise it everywhere, let people know we don't want this anymore. We have a problem with a lot of people putting brush out there that own 100 acres. I said, hey, man, what are you putting brush out there you own 100 acres? Well, I can't burn it, well, neither can we. Put it out there, help us out. You're putting bulk trash, you're putting trash. I have it where we collect garbage, and if you don't have it service with us, we'll pick up anything. The thing is, and even if the dogs get the trash can tilted over and spread the trash, I'll pick up the tote, take it, and when they call us, hey, my tote's gone, pick up the trash, or we'll go and take it back. I gotta step in, and I shouldn't. I should have somebody that comes and does it on their own will, not me having to call anybody. So we have a lot of that situation, people not knowing. Alice is doing a great job. We're helping Alice right now. They have an abatement officer, they're doing a great job of it. But we all need to be included in the same page, all of us, even the outside counties, because it's coming from the outside, tires and all that stuff.
Had some success, but very minimal, so we need to crank it up. But I've seen some of the difference there, some of the roads are regulated. But again, we gotta be persistent. And when we do get a complaint, we do, either we go and file and put paperwork on the door, and leave my business card there, then we'll mail them also to the address, and get everything. I say, yeah, I received it, but, I don't have a car, I don't have a truck, I'm a single parent, a lot of excuses. But I tell them, well, we can work with you, but you gotta take the initiative.
You have to make an effort.
Yeah.
At least to put your trash.
But what I'm saying, Mr. Gonzalez, is that, for instance, I had an incident in Bembo one time that they sent me a picture of this gentleman unloading trash in our property, in the county property. And the guy said, well, you told me I could do it. No, you could put the trash from your property here. We purchased this property now, and I was kind of, put your stuff over here. Well, he said, well, why is a abatement officer getting after me? I said, because you brought the trash from somewhere else. He goes, no, I didn't. I said, I have a picture of it. And he just like, oh, wait a minute. But you see, the people are getting involved because I'm letting people know, hey, keep an eye out there. I follow people from here going to Bembo to go dump brush because we pick it up so fast in Bembo. Well, that's not the point. The point is, you take care of it yourself. We're trying to cover our area, and that's it.
And that would involve even, for a vacant officer, if somebody's transporting, brush.
It's illegal.
Where are you going? If you're not going straight to landfill.
But if we have some kind of program advertising to people, telling them, look, if you see somebody driving with tires, if he's not going to the landfill, he's gonna go illegally dump, because you can't go dump him at your ranch. Am I right, Mr. Wagner? You're a realtor. If you bury a pit and stuff like that, you can't, it's illegal. You gotta announce it. You can't dump them. You can't dump trash at a ranch. You gotta take it to the landfill. So if you're not going to the landfill, you're illegally dumping it. So report him, take a picture.
I understand where they were digging a septic tank and they pulled out 16 tires.
Yeah. So,
Judge, you want to follow up on it? And then,
We got a comment over here, sir.
We use our tires too, we get rid of,
Yeah.
cow died, we pull the cow up.
times change.
Yeah, so, George, I'm sure Aguilar can work with you on that. Let's see.
Thank you, Mr. Gonzalez.
Thank you, Mr. Gonzalez.
Thank you.
That's a good point.
Is
We
there
just wanna be
anything
cleaner.
further? If not, does anybody have anything they'd like to address the court at this time?
I just make a motion to adjourn.
Oh, you know what, hold on, we have payroll and bills. But,
For Monday.
okay, we have a number 7, payroll and bills, no?
That's for Monday.
Hey, Judge, is this a new concept here? Or no?
Yeah,
You want to explain a little bit?
Yeah,
I'm a little lost.
we have a new system, in how we, input our agenda items and how they, are released to us. It's a little different, we're trying to get used to it, and, we're trying to perfect it, so it may seem kind of, out of line or doesn't seem, to me, it doesn't seem right, but it's just new to
Yeah,
us.
it's just new system.
Yeah,
Yeah, because you have like bullet points, so each,
Yeah.
there's nothing
I
on
was got
payrolls
6,
and bills.
6.1, so
yeah, so, Isabel and I will work on that, we'll see how we can.
can we get the attachments on there?
Yes. It's just with the new system, explaining to you all, when not everything is.
Say the name for the court, please.
And let it be known that we're discussing this item on public testimony.
Isabel Trevino, Judge Trevino's executive assistant. Thank you. This is a brand-new system through Granicus that we just got, and this is our first meeting that is live. Now everything, it's harder to post things later after everything is finalized, because you have to go back into the system and you have to reformat the system and republish it. So it's kind of best, once all the agenda items are turned in, that all the backup information is attached to that agenda item. Because then, once it's published, finalized, set in stone, then I get something later, then I have to go back in there, I have to add your attachment, change wordings, anything like that, all of that has processes. So that, so that's
it's very
why,
critical we hit the
it's
information
critical
as soon
to
as
get
possible.
everything
The
sent
sooner the better.
in, the sooner the better.
And we
so
were
on.
very laxed, because if anybody needed anything on the agenda, we basically did it minutes before. But now it's gonna be a little bit more difficult, so we're gonna have to start abiding by the Wednesday before or.
Yes, I did send the deadlines and commissioners' court dates on announcements. I know a lot of people don't read their emails or announcements, but everything is attached on their budget items, forms and things like that, so, yeah,
You gotta change the times are changing.
that's right.
Thank you
Thank
very
you so
much.
much for the info.
Thank you.
Just to clarify, the meeting on Monday is at 8:30 instead of
8:30,
9:30.
yes.
We have a criminal docket at 9.
Yeah, we're coming back Monday at 8:30 to do the bills, and payroll. Shouldn't take 5-10 minutes, not even. We understand the court, docket starts at.
And the reason for that being, Judge, just to make it aware to everybody that we have the bills, we review them on our own time. When we come in here, we already see everything.
Alrighty, that being said, if nobody has anything else, can I entertain a motion to adjourn?
Motion to adjourn.
I have a motion and a second. Any further discussion? All in favor say aye.
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 All opposed, same sign. Motion carries. Thank you, guys.
Monday.